Back to Mystic Vapes vaping informational videos, where we will walk you through some of the different things in the world of the vaping, and maybe devices, juices, tanks, batteries, whatsoever. This week we're going to cover a few different styles, just because I know coming into the shop sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming with all the different selections that we've got in here. So we're going to start off with a basic pen. This would be something you might use towards the beginning of your vaping if you're just getting off cigarettes or kind of want to get used to it. It's a little bit simpler setup. This is a pen battery. It's an adjustable battery. You can adjust how much hit you're getting. And this is an Aspire 1.8 ohm tank. This one would give you a hit that'd be more similar to a cigarette. It would have a nice drag to it, the restrictive draw like a cigarette, and it'll also give you that throat hit, good flavor, and that nicotine that you need. Pretty easy to use. Most of them fill up right here from the bottom. Just add your juice in there. It would use a small coil. They're replaceable. There's the simple 5-click on, 5-click off setup. These ones hit pretty good. They hit like this. Nice flavor, good throat hit, not too over the top. Be a good way to get you started. Now as you walk around a little bit more in our store, you'll see stuff. You'll see these big boxes, you'll see these big sub-ohm tanks. You may be out and about and see people that are vaping those massive clouds. What those are coming from, something called a sub-tank. A sub-tank is a tank that'll fire below 1 ohm. They usually run a little bit higher watts, some of them as low as 20 watts up to 150, 120 watts. Those guys are for a little bit more advanced users. You won't be using necessarily as much nicotine. We typically recommend between 3 and 6, 0, because whatever nicotine you put in this tank, it's going to produce about double. So a 6 will hit like a 12, a 3 will hit like a 6, so on and so forth. These guys will give you a lot more flavor, a lot more satisfactory vape. There's all sorts of different kinds out there. This specific one is a top fill that can be a little bit easier. It's something where you would fill it from the top of the device versus having to turn it over and fill it from the bottom. They're coming out with a lot of them that are going to be more of that style. These ones you would typically run with a battery that's a little bit bigger. A lot of them will use these external batteries here that we've talked about in our previous videos. They provide a good hit, there's lots of airflow. It's more of a direct lung hit rather than a mouth alarm. It would be like taking in a deep breath. There's also other types of devices out there. You may see things that look a little bit like this guy right here. This would be a rebuildable atomizer, an RBA. This would be something for a little bit more advanced users. With one of these, you actually have to build your own coils. And you also want to make sure you do plenty of research on one of these, or ask some of us here at the shop. These, you have to make sure you wrap to the right resistance so that they perform correctly with your battery. You don't want to wrap them too low and get to the danger zone below 0.3. Sometimes you'll hear about people super sub-ohming. That would be below 0.01. We do not recommend that, or 0.1. You want to stay somewhere in that 0.1, 0.3, 0.5, that higher resistance range, so it's safer for your batteries, especially if you're using a mechanical mod. It is very, very important also to have an ohm reader on hand. But with something like this, you would make your own coils, you pull your cotton, attach it to the post. But these are really the way to get the maximum flavor out of your device. Lots of airflow, lots of flavor. You'll taste those subtle undertones you wouldn't normally taste in, let's say, a tank or a pen. That pretty much sums it up for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to come in. I hope I can help you narrow it down a little bit with this. Hope to see you soon.